Hello everyone, welcome to WWE Clash of Champions 2016, and I gotta be honest with you folks, I don't got any flavor text for you here because Clash of Champions was a snore. It was exhausting in just all the wrong ways, but let's get into it. Now, for those of you familiar with my channel in any way, you may notice this is a WWE What Was a pay-per-view, and there is no death counter. Why? Because save for one match, your boy got every single match right tonight, eliminating any possibility of me having to do a video on either Dana Brooke, Mojo Rawley, or whoever I decide to punish myself with because I'm insane. Now, in my predictions, I did skip over the Kickoff show match, and I'm glad I did because the Kickoff show match between Nia Jax and Alicia Fox went about the ways everyone expected it. It was a glorified squash match. Yes, Foxy did get some offense in, but was anyone really expecting her to win anything ever again? Maybe she'll go back to being a wedding programmer. Then we get into the card proper, and we had the opening tag team match for the championship between the New Day and the Club, and trouble got started early. New Day, I know people like you, but I can just see the puppet strings of the marionette of you being trotted out to sell new merchandise, what with your new t-shirt. Looks great. Love that everyone was chanting "Who" all night. That was awesome. But as for the match itself, I actually liked how this match started out. Kind of reestablished the Club as being kind of actually physically intimidating and could have possibly been a threat. But this match was sloppy. I'm sorry, I'm going to refrain from this a lot over the course of this review. This was a night of sloppy matches and sloppy work. I don't know if everyone's just partied too much or if they got into the same crap Eva Marie, Paige, and Del Rio got into. This was not your best foot forward tonight, WWE. But the New Day going over does make sense, and they are going to break Demolition's record. That's all I can tell you. So be strapped in for another 100 days of Bootios, unicorns, and whoo! Then we move on to the Cruiserweight title match between TJ Perkins and Brian Kendrick. No longer the Brian Kendrick. And this was an interesting choice. Now, when they initially announced TJ Perkins and Brian Kendrick, I thought it made a lot of sense. I think they could be the match of the night. This was not a match of the night. This was a very, very technical, very, very slow Cruiserweight match. Now, I don't have a problem with that style. Actually, like I said in my Cruiserweight reviews, I do like a more technical style. But this is not a way to get the fans hyped up and get them interested in a brand new division. Like everyone thought, TJ went over with the knee bar, and then Brian Kendrick turned heel, and it felt kind of forced and rushed, and we don't know who these characters are. Why do we give a crap? Hopefully, they can right this ship and move forward as they move into Hell in a Cell and onto future builds. I still have hope for the Cruiserweights, even if it's a fool's hope. Next up, we have the culmination of the Best of 7 series between Cesaro and Sheamus. And, there was some choices made in this match. Overall, the match was great. This just showed what these guys can do if they're just given the platform or the medium of physicality to tell their story. They basically did a run-through of the entire Best of Series in-ring, what with Sheamus going for the cloverleaf, Cesaro's back, all this. Cesaro almost spiked himself into the bottom of the floor of the arena. Everyone, hopefully he isn't dead. I don't want Cesaro to dead. But, oh my gosh. And then the ending, the finish to this match was just disappointing. Why have the refs stop it? Okay, it makes sense if you're going to have these guys fighting for physical dominance that they'd be physically exhausted. But your payoff is the refs stop the match and it's a screwy finish and no one knows what's going on and then it just kind of ends. I think they missed an opportunity for a star-making performance for either Cesaro and Sheamus to establish them as main event level face and heel, but they kind of just let this end with a whimper. I'm assuming this is going to build to either tomorrow night on Raw, a 2 out of 3 Falls match, or eventually at Hell in a Cell, we're going to get an Iron Man or a Last Man Standing match. But I don't think anyone wants to see Sheamus and Cesaro for a while, and that's really disappointing, because again, this match was really good. Then we had the match because it had to happen, Chris Jerhico and Sami Zayn. Like I said in my predictions video, I don't know why this match is happening, you don't know why this match is happening. It happened, Chris Jerhico won, he had a scarf, he threw it at Sami Zayn. A lot of the spots didn't make sense. Chris, I love you, you're doing phenomenal right now, but we can all tell you're starting to slow down. You can't keep pace with a guy like Sami Zayn. Or any of these young guys. Please move into a more managerial role with Kevin Owens. I think that would be fantastic. Now we come to Ooh, this is gonna upset a lot of people. This was the disappointment of the night. The women's triple threat wasn't a disappointment for the reason you're thinking. It wasn't because Dana Brooke was involved in any way, shape, or form. It was a disappointment because of how slow it was. Now, I know a lot of people, myself included, hold the triple threat they had at WrestleMania with Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, and Charlotte for the title as being the show stealer of that show. This was not that match. This was slow, this was sloppy, this was a lot of waiting for spots to happen. This didn't really build off it much would have been much better served just to have Charlotte and Sasha or Charlotte and Bayley. Having all three of them, their styles just didn't mesh and everything seemed off. Charlotte winning with the kick that knocked Bayley into Sasha and then kicking her again and then getting the 1-2-3. It was just a case of the match kind of ended and Charlotte won. Hooray! And Dana Brooke was there, and there was too many run-ins, there was just too many moving parts. And now we come to the utter crowd killer, Roman Reigns versus Rusev. Not a knock on either guy. Either guy can put on good matches. But this was a Hoss against Hoss match, and their styles do not fit this style of match, particularly when they're given an enormous amount of time. A lot of this is one guy knocks the other guy over and then just kind of waits, walks around, beats his chest. Oh, it was slow. And again, there was too many moving parts with Lana getting involved and then not getting involved, and then getting kicked out, and Reigns hitting spears and Superman punches, and then Reigns won the title. Everyone booed, and oh my god, this just make it and kill it. We have lost the patient. But we didn't kill it. No matter how far we have lost the patient, we had one match to go. A match I think a lot of people were honestly excited for. A match that unfortunately was given way too much time. Could have used a lot of tightening up and maybe someone actually showing up. And that would be the Universal title match between Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. Don't get me wrong. The last third of this match is what I wish this whole match would have been. It was great technical work, great in-ring work, fantastic. It was fast, it was quick, it was hard-hitting. It was what I like about seeing about both these guys. But they took a while to get this choo-choo train rolling. However, Kevin Owens gets a special star for being the smarkiest mark in that entire building. I'm gonna make you fade to black. Do you get it? This is words uttered by Kevin Owens. Kevin, you're amazing, never change. But like I said, this match went way too long. Took way too long to get going. Then the man that everyone was expecting to come interfere. That's right, Chris Jerhico showed up again. Where was Triple H? Why was there no Triple H? Why is Chris Jerhico here? Why did we wait so long for a referee? And yay, Kevin Owens won after shenanigans. Whew. The overarching tone for this show is, why did you go so long? It could have been done in 2 hours, had crisp, clean matches, and we all would have gone home and happy and had fond feelings of Clash of Champions like we do with Backlash. But instead, we got overbooked, overproduced, over-confusing, and everyone's just overtired. So I'm going to wrap this one up. Please do let me know your thoughts about Clash of Champions down in the comments. I'm sorry, I will try and have more energy for Raw. Clash of Champions just took it out of me. It drained it out of me like a Stephanie McMahon promo. If for whatever reason you did like this video, please hit the like button to let me know. Also subscribe. I post 5 new videos a week, most of them at a much higher tempo. And, understandably, if you didn't like this video or you don't like my face, there's a button where you can sort those emotions with around here somewhere. And until next time, that WWE What Was Clash of Champions.